defeating the fallen Archbishop Andreus, preparing for the battle. The Phantom is a very helpful ally in this battle. Make sure you have Stardust fragments to summon it. Some of Andreas's attacks apply the decay effect. Equip an attribute Cleansing Vial so you can easily remove it if necessary. If you have a cube from Giangio, don't forget to equip it with a Wish Stone for healing. Andreas, Phase 1. In the first phase of the battle, Andreas shouldn't pose too much trouble due to the fact that his attacks aren't very fast. However, if you don't block or evade them, they can deal a lot of damage. Remember that he has a shell on his back that reflects attacks. Two-handed attack. Andreas raises his front limbs, then strikes the ground after a moment and follows up with a swing of his left hand. Remember to counterattack only after he swings, otherwise you'll take damage. Charge. Andreas raises his right hand and strikes the ground, then starts charging towards you, performing 2 more attacks. Be cautious, as this attack significantly shortens the distance. Tongue attack. Andreas sticks out his tongue, then after a moment, strikes you from above with it. He then follows up with another swing using it. The strike applies the decay effect, so try to block or evade it. Andreas often slightly backs away before executing the attack. Attack series. Andreas swings his left hand and performs an attack. After a moment, he raises it to execute another strike from above, and finally, he swings his right hand. The third attack in the series has a longer delay, so remember to block it in time. Fury attack. Andreas stands on his hind legs, then after a moment, falls to the ground. This attack has 2 variants. In the first, he stays up for a longer while before falling a bit further. You have time to run between his legs and avoid being crushed. In the second variant, he falls to the ground much faster. You need to react quickly and step back at the right moment. Andreas, Phase 2. To progress to the second phase of the battle with the boss, you need to deplete all of Andreas' health in the first stage of the fight. You'll then see a cutscene where the true form of Andreas emerges from the creature's body. A humanoid scolopendra with one arm resembling a wing and the other wielding a weapon. In this stage, you can fight the boss from 2 sides. On one side, you'll face his previous form, and on the other, you'll confront the humanoid Andreas. We highly recommend avoiding direct confrontation with the new form. His attacks have a significant range, and furthermore, the boss often elevates himself upwards, making it hard to reach him. Most of the attacks from the first phase are very similar, with the difference that they now all apply the decay effect, so blocking and deflecting strikes will be much more important. The 2-handed attack is executed much faster than in the first phase. The charge has 1 additional attack, and the fury attack gains an additional variant. Andreas straightens up on his legs, then takes a few steps forward before falling. You can safely run between his legs to avoid getting hit. When the Archbishop's health bar decreases to about half, he gains 2 new attacks. The first is a frenzy. Andreas lets out a horrifying scream, then performs 2 powerful charges across the room. After a moment, he delivers a fury attack with one of his limbs. The second attack is equally dangerous. Both forms of Andreas charge up powerful concentrated ergo shots. The creature's side releases a beam in front of him that explodes in a large area, and the humanoid form, after a short moment, strikes the ground with his weapon, causing another explosion. As soon as you see the attacks charging up, immediately flee as far as you can, as the shots deal very high damage.